Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Yesterday we completed one problem, that is H parameters problem. Now we'll go for some relations. First, to note down the relation between H parameters, some formulas, relationship between H parameters. Note down first one is first case CC parameters in terms of CE parameters. CC parameters in terms of CE parameters. Are you writing?
Yes, ma'am.
CC parameters in terms of CE parameters. First one, CC parameters is first parameter HFC. Just note down the problems, no need of the derivation. It doesn't require the derivations. You note down only relationship, that is just formulas. HFC is equal to minus of 1 plus HFE. Second is HIC is equal to HIE. HIC is equal to HIE. Third parameter HRC 1 minus HRE. You are writing CC parameters in terms of CE. Already you derived the CE parameters. CE parameters man derive chesam. You just find out the CC configurations lo current gain voltage and calculate cheyalante require the HFC, HIC, HRC and HFC. So for that we are calculating, that is HFC, HIC. One more is HOC. HOC is HOE. These are the CC parameters. CC, common collector, H parameters in terms of CE configuration, that is CE parameters. Just 4 formulas. Next one is formulas note cheskondi ante. Everyone written formulas? Just 4 formulas. Everyone written?
Yes, ma'am.
Next one is CB. CB parameters in terms of CE. CB parameters in terms of CE. H of B. First one is the H of B. H of B is equal to H of E by 1 plus H of E. Second one, HIB. HIB is equal to HIE by 1 plus H of E. Third parameter HRB. HIE into HOE divided by 1 plus H of E minus HRE. This is third parameter. Fourth one is HFE, HIB, HRB. Next HOB. Fourth one is HOB. HOB is equal to HOE by 1 plus h of e. 1 plus h of e. Note down all parameters. All these formulas are required in the problems. They won't ask derivations. If given CB configuration transistor, for that we have to use these formulas. CB gani, CC gani. So మనం CE values తెలుసుంటాయి. So వాటిని యూస్ చేసుకొని మనం CB values, CC values find out చేస్తాం. Understood? So completed everyone? All of you
Yes,
written
ma'am.
this problem?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. Next one is standard parameters of CE. Standard CE parameters. You have to remember these formulas. Standard CE parameters. H of E. H of E is equal to 50. HIE is equal to 1.1 kilo ohm. HRE 25 2.5, that is 2.5 into 10 to the power of -4. HOE 24 microsiemens. So you have to remember these values also. If they didn't mention in the questions, HFE, HI, HRE values mentioned cheyaledanటే you have to assume, you have to use these values in problems. Standard CE parameter values. Completed? Completed everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
What about the remaining people?
Yes, ma'am.
Just clearly note down the formulas and values. Okay. Next, procedure for AC analysis. Note down the procedure. Procedure for AC analysis. AC analysis of a transistor transistor amplifier circuit using H parameter. Using H parameter. Note down the steps. This is procedure for analysis of a transistor amplifier circuit using H parameters. So under this, note down the procedure. First point is draw the actual circuit of an amplifier. Total problem solving అనేది ఈ ప్రొసీజర్ మీద డిపెండ్ అయి ఉంటుంది. First point is draw the actual circuit of an amplifier. Second, all the capacitors are short circuited. All the capacitors are short circuited. All the capacitors are short circuited. Third one, all DC sources are shorted to ground. All DC sources are shorted to ground. Fourth point, redraw the circuit and point to the emitter base and collector at the symbol of transistor. Note down all this procedure. Up to this, everyone completed writing?
Yes, ma'am.
All of you completed?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So next, fifth point. Note down the fifth point. Fifth point is replace the transistor symbol replace the transistor symbol with hybrid model or you can also call small signal model. That is the fifth point. Replace the transistor symbol with hybrid model or small signal model. Sixth point, calculate the parameters of an amplifier circuit along with overall input and output impedance. Completed? You people completed writing?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. By using this procedure, we can do one problem. Note down the problem. Note down the problem, everyone. Consider a common emitter amplifier. Consider a common emitter amplifier with the values RS is equal to 1 kilo ohm, R1 is equal to 50 kilo ohm, R2 is equal to 2 kilo ohm. RC is equal to 1 kilo ohm. RL 1.2 kilo ohms. HF is equal to 50. HIE is equal to 1.1 kilo ohm. HRE equal to 2.5 into 10 to the power of -4. HOE 25 microampere per volt. So Siemens also can be represented in terms of amperes per volt. 25 microampere volt. Calculate AI current gain, AV voltage gain, input impedance ZI, AVS voltage gain, source voltage gain, AIS source current gain. AS is the source current gain. Output impedance Z0, output impedance Z0, output admittance Y0, overall input impedance Zi dash, overall input impedance Zi dash, and the last parameter overall output impedance Z0 dash. You have to calculate all these parameters. The circuit is the given circuit as everyone write this problem.
Yes, ma'am.
Completed writing.
Yes, ma'am.
Everyone completed writing this problem. Say yes or no.
Yes, ma'am.
What about remaining people?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. Note down this so I can erase this. Draw the circuit. RL. This one is CC. One is R1. This is R2. CB. RS. VS. CB, R1, R2, RC, CC. First, note down the given data here. Given data. What the given? Given data as RS is 1 kilo ohm, R1 50 kilo ohms, R2 2 kilo ohms, RC 1 kilo ohm, RL 1.2 kilo ohms, HFE 50, HIE 1.1 kilo ohm, HRE 2.5 into 10 to the power of minus 4, HOE 25 microampere per volt or micro Siemens. So this is the given data. So based on the procedure, what is the first step in the procedure? So have to analyze this circuit. So the given amplifier CE amplifier circuit. So how to analyze this circuit in small signal analysis? How to convert this total circuit in terms of the H parameters. So what is the first step? Draw the circuit. Draw the circuit of an amplifier. Next, what is the second step? What is the second step?
All the capacitors are short circuited.
All the capacitors are short circuited. So here there are three capacitors CB, CE and CC. All the capacitors are short circuited. And the third one is all the DC voltage sources. What are the DC voltage sources here? VCC. All these DC voltage sources are
Ground.
grounded, shorted to the ground. Now redraw the circuit. So first when you analyzing the circuit, first draw the equivalent transistor equivalent circuit in terms of the H para hybrid model. So this is transistor. For this transistor we are drawing equivalent circuit. What is so this is equivalent circuit, everyone. Transistor can be replaced by a hybrid model. First, transistor can be replaced by a hybrid model. This is HIE. Here there is dependent voltage source, that is HRE into VC. Here output is common emitter means what is the output voltage? Common emitter means what is the output voltage? Output voltage can be calculated at the collector terminal. So output voltage is VC. So that is VC. Here there is a dependent current source, that is HFE into what is the input? I1. Actually you can get here HFE into I1. That is I1 is from the input port. Here what is the input current? In CE configuration, what is the input current? Tell me the answer. What is the input current? In CE configuration. IB. Input current is IB. Here there is a resistance. H over E. So this is transistor equivalent model. Here, when capacitors are short circuited, and voltage, this is DC voltage source is also shorted to the ground. So this can be connected to the ground connect ayyindanukondi point ekkada connect ayyinattu oka terminal oka end of the R1 resistor is connected here, another end can be connected to the ground. So here I can get R1, that is R2 and R2 both are connected in parallel because this VCC is also connected to the ground. So when it is connected to the ground, this end will be connected to this end is connected at ground. So now these R1 and R2 are in parallel. So R1 and R2 are parallel. Another RC is parallel with load resistance. Again, this end of this resistance RC is also grounded. So this RC will be connected at the parallel to the load resistance RL. Here, are you understanding this? RC grounded. Now RC and RL are in parallel to the each other. Here one more resistance is there, that is RS. That is RS. We cannot short this voltage source because this is a AC voltage. This VCC is a DC voltage, VS is a AC voltage. So VS can be keep it as it is. Source voltage VS is a AC voltage. So what is the input current here? IB. IB is the input current. 1 dash. Here at this point. 2 dash. So what is current here? IC current flows into the transistor. Here you can get IL current. Anything we left? What about RE? RE ఏమవుతుంది ఇక్కడ? When CE is short circuited, means voltage is 0. Here this voltage 0 means when this RE is parallel with this CE. Are you understanding? Second step is short circuited the all capacitors. Short circuiting the all capacitors means this capacitance will be short circuited. Capacitor short circuited means here there is a voltage of 0. When voltage is 0, these two are voltage is equal in parallel. Voltage will be equal in parallel resistances. Current is common in the series. So these two R is connected parallel to this this capacitance. Voltage at this capacitance 0 means automatically voltage across this RE is also 0. So across this RE is also voltage 0 means this is also act as a short circuit. So that's why I am not representing RE in this circuit. Understood? So capacitance is short circuited. This capacitance is parallel to RE. That indicates that voltage across RE is also 0. When voltage is 0 means we can specify that is a short circuit. So this is also short circuited. So we cannot specify in the RE in the hybrid model. Understood everyone this point? Say yes or no. Are you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So that's why RE is not replaced. Next, go for the here indications. At this point, there is a ZI. This is at this point you can get ZI dash. That is ZI is the input impedance across the port 1. ZI dash is the overall input impedance along with the R1 and R2. At this point, you can get Z0. Z0 is the output impedance at the port 2. Z0 dash is the overall output impedance. So now calculate. What is the first parameter? Have to calculate current gain. First parameter is current gain, AI. So what is the formula for current gain in CE amplifier? Just substituting all formulas, AI is equal to minus H of E by 1 plus HOE into RL. So here consider RL. RL means in the previous class RL is only load resistance, but here RL is a parallel combination of RC and RL. So I can replace this RL as a RL dash. RL dash means RL dash is RC parallel with RL. RC is parallel with RL. You know the RC value, you know the RL value. Calculate this RL dash. Calculate this RL value, RL dash value, RC. How can you write? RC in RL, RC parallel with RL means you can replace as RC into RL divided by RC plus RL. When two resistors are connected in the parallel, this is the formula. R1 is parallel with R2 means R1 into R2 by R1 plus R2. Substitute RC value, substitute RL value, RC and RL value you can get RL dash. So calculate and tell me the answer. RL dash value. Everyone calculate in your notebook. Substitute RL value and RC value. RL dash you can get as, what is the RC value? 1 kilo ohm, 1 into 10 to the power of 3 into what is the RL? RL is 1.2 into 10 to the kilo ohms means 10 to the power of 3. You can get 10 cube plus 1.2 into 10 cube. What is this value? RL dash value.
45.45.
545. You can get 545 ohms. Substitute this RL dash value in the above equation. AA value. From this, what is the current gain? AA is equal to minus HFV. Minus HFV means HFV value as, substitute HFV value as 50 minus 50 by 1 plus HOE. What is the HOE value? 25 microsiemens. So that can be written as 25 into 10 to the power of minus 6 into RL dash. RL dash you calculated, that is 545. Tell me the AA value. Current gain AI. Current gain AI.
Yes, 45.32.
So you get minus 49.32. Everyone got this answer? Yeah, you can get minus 49.32. Everyone got this answer? Okay, next parameter. What is the next parameter? Input impedance. Next parameter is input impedance. ZI. Input impedance. ZI. So what is the formula for ZI? ZI is equal to HIE plus HRE into AI into RL. HIE plus HRE into AI into RL. Substitute HIE value. HIE value as 1.1 into 10 to the power of 3 plus HRE 2.5 into 10 to the power of minus 4. AA you can get as minus 49.32 into RL as, what is RL value? 1.2 kilo ohms. We cannot consider RL dash here, just we can consider input for calculating input impedance. We can use only RL. So what do you answer you? So you can get ZI as 1093.28 ohms. Simply substituting all the values in the formula. There is no any difficulty. Everyone got this answer? Say yes or no.
No, ma'am. We got 1085.204, ma'am. 1085.204.
ZI value. This HI is 1.1 into 10 to the power of 3.
2.5 into 10 power minus 4.
Huh?
Ma'am, 1085.2040, ma'am. 85.2040.
85.20.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So 1085.20. Everyone got this answer? Okay, go for the next parameter. Calculate yourself in the calculators. So next parameter is voltage gain AV. Next parameter, third one is voltage gain AV. What is the formula for voltage gain AV? AV is equal to AI into RL dash by ZI. So AI into RL dash by ZI. AI value, substitute AI value. What is AI value? Minus
49.32.
32. RL dash is 545. ZI you got 1085.2. Simplify this. and tell me the answer. Make it fast.
Minus 24.7895.
Minus
Minus 24.7895.
24.789. So you can
Yes,
make it
ma'am.
as 7. Antena? AV you got 24 point minus 24.79. So next one is overall input impedance. Overall input impedance, you calculated Zi. Now you have to calculate overall input impedance Zi dash. Next parameter, overall input impedance Zi dash Zi dash means you have to include R1 and R2 also. So here, so listen all of you. At this port 1, we are getting input impedance Zi that is parallel with R2 and that is parallel with R1. So you can get Zi dash as combination of Zi. At this port 1, we are getting input impedance Zi. This Zi is parallel to the resistance R2 and this is parallel to resistance R1. So you can write Zi dash as Zi input impedance Zi is parallel with R1 parallel with R2. So Zi parallel with R1, it is parallel with R2. How can you write Zi into R1 into R2 by Zi into R1 plus R1 into R2 plus Zi into R2. So otherwise, first you do parallel combination of R1 and R2. You can get RE equivalent and that RE equivalent is parallel with Zi. Etla chesina okate. So directly I am writing Zi into R1 into R2 divided by Zi into R1 plus R1 into R2 plus Zi into R2. Substitute all the values. Substitute all the values in the above equation. What is the Zi value you got? Zi value 1085.
Ma'am.
85.2. 1085.2, ma'am.
1085.2 into R1 value as 50
50
kilo
kilo ohms.
into 10 to the power of 3. R2 2 kilo ohms, 2 into 10 to the power of 3 divided by Zi is 1085.2 into R1 is 50 into 10 to the power of 3 plus 50 into 10 to the power of 3 into 2 into 10 to the power of 3 plus one more term is 1085.2 into 2 into 10 to the power of 3. Calculate and tell me the answer. Everyone calculate and tell me the answer.
$693.7286.
You got
$693.72.
okay. You got Zi dash overall input impedance 693.72 ohms.
Ma'am, 7.
693.72. Next, overall voltage gain. Next parameter is overall voltage gain. AVS. Next parameter, overall voltage gain, AVS. So you are calculating, including this VS also, voltage source also, you can write as AVS is equal to voltage gain. That AV is appearing at the 4 to 1. AV, this voltage gain is getting at the 4 to 1. Now we are including this voltage source and R1 and R2. That is the overall voltage gain. So you can get AV into, that is the formula, AV into ZI dash. Distribution of voltage. You know formula. A resistance దగ్గర voltage calculate చేయాలంటే, that is source resistance దగ్గర calculate. This is ZI dash దగ్గర calculate చేస్తున్నాం కాబట్టి you can get total that is voltage gain into ZI dash by ZI dash plus RS. So మనకు this voltage అనేది ఎక్కడ డిస్ట్రిబ్యూట్ అవుతుంది? Source resistance దగ్గర, this overall input impedance దగ్గర voltage అనేది డిస్ట్రిబ్యూట్ అవుతుంది. So you know the formula, that is overall voltage is equal to, that is AV into ZI dash by ZI dash plus RS. You got AV. What is the voltage gain you got? Voltage gain ఎంత వచ్చింది?
minus 24.6.
Minus 24.7 into ZI dash is 693.72 divided by ZI dash is 693.72 plus RS. RS value is 1 kilo ohm, that is 10 to the power of 3. And calculate this value.
minus 10.15.
You can get AVS. AVS as minus
10.153, ma'am.
10.15. అంతేనా?
2 decimals సరిపోతాయి కదా ma'am?
2 decimals చాలు. Minus 10.15. Okay. So next, what is the next parameter? Overall current gain. Next parameter is overall current gain. Overall current gain, AIS. For this overall current gain, at this point we are calculating current gain. AIS is equal to AI into, that is current gain into RS by RS plus ZI dash. RS plus ZI dash. Substitute the values, RS value, AA values. I think this one is completed. AIS is equal to AI into AI. What is the AA value?
Minus
AA value
49.32, ma'am.
minus
49.32.
49.3 into RS value is 10 cube divided by 10 cube plus ZI dash. What ZI dash value is
693.72.
693.72.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Substitute these values and calculate.
Minus 29.111.
Minus
29.11.
A value you can get minus 29.11.
11.
Yes. Overall current gain. This is overall current gain. Next parameter, output impedance Z naught. Have to calculate output impedance Z naught. Can I erase this? Output impedance Z naught. Output impedance Z naught. What is the formula for Z naught? RS dash. RS plus HIV actually. RS plus HIE divided by HOE into HIE minus
HFR.
HFE into HRE plus RS into HOE. So, but RS means RS is a total. You have to consider total all these resistance. That is RS is parallel with R1. That is parallel with R2. I can make this as RS dash. This is RS dash. RS dash is equal to RS is parallel with R1 is parallel with R2. So calculate the RS dash. First calculate RS dash value and substitute that value in the above equation. RS dash is equal to RS is parallel with R1 is parallel with R2. That is RS into R1 into R2 by RS R1 plus R1 R2 plus RS R2. Substitute these values. RS value as 10 to the power of 3 into R1 is 50 kilo ohms. That is 50 into 10 to the power of 3 into R2. R2 is 2 kilo ohms. 2 into 10 to the power of 3 divided by RS into R1. RS into R1 means RS is 10 to the power of 3 into 50 into 10 to the power of 3 plus R1 R2. R1 is 50 kilo ohms. R2 is 2 kilo ohms plus RS into R2. RS is 1 kilo ohm. R2 is 2 kilo ohms. And tell me the answer RS dash value.
657.8.
You can get RS dash value as
657.89.
657.89. You can get a value as 657.89. Substitute this RS value in the Z naught equation. Z naught equation. Substitute all the values. RS dash is 657.89 plus HI value as HIE 1.1 into 10 to the power of 3 divided by HOE value HO is 25 into 10 to the power of minus 6 into 1.1 into 10 to the power of 3 minus HF is 50 into HRE 2.5 into 10 to the power of minus 4 plus RS dash value as 657.89 into HOE value is 25 into 10 to the power of minus 6 and calculate. Tell me the answer. How much value you got? Z naught value as? What is the answer? Are you there?
Yes, ma'am. We are calculating.
Ah, okay. Break. I think you break. You have break now.
Yes, ma'am. Right, ma'am.
Just completed this. You can complete with this third unit. Just give me 5-10 minutes for me. What the Z naught value?
Ma'am, 55899, ma'am.
You can get
55899.6416.
55899.
899.
So you can make it as 90. Okay, 89.
59. Yes, ma'am. 55.89K.
59.89K. You can get Z naught value as 55.89K. Now calculate next parameter, that is output admittance. Output admittance. What is output admittance? Y naught, you know. Output admittance is Y naught, that is 1 by Z naught. So you can get substitute Z naught value as 55.89 into 10 to the power of 3. And tell me the Y naught value. Y naught value you can get inverse of Z naught. Y naught is nothing but inverse of Z naught.
1.88 into 10 power minus 5, ma'am.
1.88 into 10 to the power of minus 5.
Yes, ma'am.
Units are Siemens. So this is output admittance. Now last parameter, overall output impedance. You can calculate last parameter as overall output impedance. That is overall output impedance Z naught dash. So this Z naught dash is the combination of Z naught. Here we are getting Z naught. This Z naught is parallel with RC and it is parallel with RL. All these parameters Z naught. Here at this 4 to 2 we are getting output impedance as Z naught. This Z naught is parallel with RC and it is parallel with RL. So you can get Z naught dash. Z naught dash is equal to Z naught parallel with RC is parallel with RL. Substitute RC RL values. So you can make it as Z naught